Hi! So we're at the Club Med Sandpiper, Florida Resort, and we have Building E, which I totally recommend. It was a renovated building. I've been here about 2 years ago. I was here, and I was here really for the singles. I'm going to switch this over. You can sort of, all right. So I was here mostly to check it out for the singles groups when I first arrived. And I've also been to the Club Med in DR, which is Dominican Republic. That's a beautiful resort as well. But I thought it would be a great opportunity just to kind of give you the pros and not the cons. There's no cons, but there's probably some people that are families, for instance, would really have a much better time here at the Sandpiper Resort, and the singles probably much more so at the Dominican Republic Resort. And this is why. So first of all, Florida, this is as far as I know, this is the only all-inclusive resort, like food and drinks, alcohol included in Florida, which is crazy. It's actually in the whole United States. I don't think we have another all-inclusive in the whole U.S. Usually they're in Mexico, blah, blah, blah. So for us, this was really ideal because we don't have to fly. You know, we just drove down, so that was awesome. It's for the active family. This Sandpiper Resort, when I came here looking for the singles, I thought, I don't think it's too many children. Everyone has children here. I think every single person here has children. And for us today when we came, the other day when we came with Christian, you know, it's perfect because there's so many kids to play with. They have an incredible kids club. They also have swimming, they have trapeze for them, they have tennis, they have golf. I mean, it's just to the nines for these kids. But they're all around the resort. I mean, it feels like an overloaded population. So if you don't have kids or your kids are grown, you may not love it here. We loved it. We had such a great time. It's for the active family too. I mean, you can do nothing at all, but what a waste that would be. We played tennis. Joel played tennis for the first time. And thank you, honey. And golf as well. We got these discovery lessons. They're for free, so that's really cool. They have clinics, tennis clinics daily. They have sailing school, which I know Joel was excited about. They even have kiteboarding for an additional fee, and a few other motorized sports like the skidoos. So they have a ton of fun, active stuff. At night, after dinner, they have a show. The shows are new and improved since I was here 2 years ago. They've redone the theater. They're really fun. They have live singing from the GOs, which are the Gentil, what is it, Joel? Gentil Organizer. Anyway, it's in French, but it's saying the nice organizer, and then we're the GMs, the gentil members, or something like this. So the GOs are performing at the shows, which really gives you that connection because you see them out and about. They're taking care of your kids. They're serving you drinks. Then you see them at the show, and they're singing and dancing, and it's a really nice flow. The Club Med feel. So again, when I came here for the singles, I think I was looking at it from a different perspective. Like we usually cruise, right? And I like fancy stuff. I'm a fancy girl. I like the high-end service. I love service with a smile. I give service with a smile. So I really, when I'm on the receiving end of a vacation, I really prefer that high-end kind of silver service. However, I know that in the Club Med, the kids aren't being paid much at all. In fact, Joel and I were actually hired to work at Club Med back in the early 2000s, in 2002, yeah. And they paid, I don't work for Club Med, I can tell you what they told us. They told us they would pay us $500 a month. And I actually got back on the phone and I said, I think you made a mistake. You meant for a week, right? And they were like, no, that's per month. And you couldn't receive tips or you'd get fired. I think that's changed, but nobody really tips here. It's all inclusive. So these kids are coming for the experience. And what I found this trip versus my other exploratory trips is that as we stayed longer, the GOs got to know us more. Almost like they needed to warm up to us in order to really give us that kind of service I was looking forward to. So the longer you stay, the more connected you feel to the GOs. And I think that was something I discovered on this trip that was so valuable. A few of them, we got Facebook friends and stuff, and I want them to host for singles cruise, actually. They're awesome. But when I went in looking for the singles, I kind of felt like the service wasn't to that standard that we're used to on the cruise ships, where you're really getting all that extra mile. However, you do get that here. It just takes a little longer for them to warm up, and you have to understand that, as my husband pointed out, you know, they're here for the experience too, because they're not being paid like the cruise ship people are being paid. So that was a big difference that I noted that I think is valuable. The food. I know everyone wants to know about the food. The food was great. You know, I know everyone has a different standard in food quality. I would say it's higher than the Carnival food quality, probably right about the same as like the Royal Caribbean NCL food quality. Obviously, there's some things that aren't hits, and then you just say, okay, I'm not going to eat that. Go back up and try something else at the buffet. They do have one specialty restaurant here. I think they have two in DR. And well worth it. They're actually still included. You do have to go and make reservations, however. So you do that at least the night before. If you have kids, I want to remind you they have $25 from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. if we wanted to. $25 for babysitting. Like, it's amazing. And then the whole kids club thing is free, like it is on a cruise ship. So that's priceless for a family. And they take kids really, really young here. Like if you're a new family, or if you know someone with a newborn, or like a couple months old, I think they take them. 4 months old. And that's unheard of. Like, people don't take care of your kids unless they're family at 4 months old. So if you know anyone that has just had a new family, and they deserve a vacation, because especially when you have kids that are that young, you really need that time together as a couple. Club Med is where it's at. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So the opportunity, one thing I also wanted to just mention was the high season. So we came at very low season. It was a low cost. The kids are not out of school. We pulled Christian out of school for a few weeks. Don't worry, it'll be okay. He'll make it past 3rd grade. But not many people do that. They usually wait for the summer to come. So if you go when summer's out, when kids are out of school, it's cray-cray. Like, I mean, it's just like crazy little ants everywhere. Not like on the cruise ships where they kind of separate them all. You won't be around the kids. The kids are allowed in the disco, which is very unusual. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that, to be quite honest with you. However, if Club Med, if you're listening, I have some great ideas for you. You can hire me as a consultant. I've got some bang-up ideas that would be a win-win. But just so you're aware, the kids are allowed at the disco. I mean, little children, till midnight. So you will be at the bar with a 6-year-old. It's just not ours, though. But they are allowed, and it's a European feel. So the Europeans, they drink earlier, they party a little longer, they have their kids there. So just different culture. So just as an American, you just kind of want to understand that that's something that you're going to experience. So I think that's all I wanted to wrap up, honey. Do you have anything? All right. Well, I am a 5-star. I say 2 thumbs up for Club Med, Sandpiper Resort, more for the family, DR, more for the singles. They have a whole adult section and adult beach. I haven't been to the others, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm Shelby. You're fabulous.